Hi guys, welcome to another Qashqai video. You have voted for a video on the cruise control and the speed limiter functions on the Qashqai. Now, first things first, I'm going to split this into two videos. So this first one is going to be purely about the speed limiter, and then I'm going to do another one that's going to be about the cruise control. I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping I could show you this physically working on the car, as in, you know, me driving the car and showing it working, but I can't find a way of doing it. My camera that I was going to use, that I was literally going to attach to above the dashboard to show you, I can't get it to work, I'm afraid. So I'm just going to go through the functions in the car and explain it, and I hope it helps. If it doesn't help, then just let me know if you want me to go into more detail. I'll try and get a proper video done at some point. But yeah, so this is just going to be me explaining the functions of it. So let's just go down to the steering wheel. So the buttons that we're bothered about, shall we say, are these on this side of the steering wheel. If you've got one of the newer Qashqais, I think it's post 2017, then your steering wheel will be different to this. It will have a flat bottom. You won't get this. I think it's all silver. I think this is chrome, and then you've got black buttons each side. You haven't got these up downy ones. You've got physical up, down, left, right buttons and a select button in the middle. But I believe the functionality is pretty much the same, so hopefully you'll be able to follow this guide if you have got a post 2017 Qashqai. So yeah, these are the buttons that we're bothered about on the right hand side of the steering wheel. Focus, thank you. So the ones we've got cancel, we've got resume and set, which is plus and minus, or up and down. And then the one on the left is your limiter. So that's got the little speedo dial with the arrow to align. That's your limiter. And the other side with the arrow pointing at the speedo needle is your cruise control. So like I say, we're going to do the speed limiter on this one. And to show you how it all works, I'm going to get the car running. So start her up. There we go. Bosh. Now, make sure I've got no sound on so you can hear me alright. Boom. Right. So, when you're driving along and you want to use your limiter, it's as simple as pressing this button, the left hand one, and then when you press it, you'll see on your screen limit on, and what appears just above it up here, you've got that same logo, the speedo with the arrow, and then you've got nothing, so we haven't set a speed yet, and your mile per hour. Obviously if you were running in kilometers per hour, it would have kph for kilometers per hour. So to set the limit speed you want, you simply tap down on here or press the set button on your newer steering wheel if you have the newer one, and whatever speed you're currently going at, it will set your limiter at that speed. Because we're not moving, it will set it at the lowest limit speed possible, which is 20 miles an hour. So I'm going to tap down now. I'll zoom out a little bit. Tap down now and you'll see it's got 20 miles per hour now, and the limiter logo has gone green. Whenever it's green, that means it's active and it is working. You can disable it by pressing the cancel button. That's this one at the top. If I press that cancel button, you'll see it'll go from green to grey, like so. So now the limiter isn't active, but the 20 miles per hour limiter function is still there, if that makes sense. So it won't limit your speed, but if you were to resume it with the up arrow or the resume button, it will resume once again at 20 miles an hour. So you can increase and decrease that speed. Like I say, 20 miles an hour is the lowest limit speed it would do. You can't limit it any lower than that. To increase and decrease it, you just simply use the up and down. So if you press it one at a time, it will simply change it by 1 mile per hour. Like you can see, so that's up and back down. Now you can change it in 5 mile an hour increments by holding the switch. So in both in there, if I hold it up, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, so on and so forth. I don't know what the max is, should we find out? I don't know, 200 mile an hour, do you think Qashqai will do it? But yeah, if you just hold it like that, it will change the limit in 5 miles per hour increments. Oh, there you go, maximum limiter is 119 miles per hour, which I think it's the max speed of the car, if I remember rightly. No, I wouldn't know, I've never been there. But yeah, so that's that. So again, it's the same for down as well, by the way. If you hold down, it will reduce it in 5 mile per hour increments. So if you wanted to cancel it, like I say, you just press the cancel button and that will keep the last speed you limited it at, but it will turn it off. So I could now theoretically do 50 mile an hour or basically over 45 miles per hour. To completely turn it off, all we need to do is press the limit button again, and what will happen, it disappears. So the limiter is now completely off, completely not active. Simple as that. Now, the limiter itself, like I say, whenever it's green, so if you turn it back on, whenever it's green, right now, if I absolutely put my foot down, it would fly up and it would start slowing down as such around 50 mile an hour, and then it would just slow you until you're at 20 miles an hour, if that makes sense. So slow down your acceleration until you're at 20 miles an hour, and it would hold you there as long as you've got your foot down. Now, there is a way of going beyond what you've got it set at temporarily, and to do that, if I just turn the engine off, because I don't want to rev the backside off the car, on your accelerator pedal, obviously you've got the usual play, but you'll notice if you press it down, it gets to a point and then it will go a little bit further, almost like you're pressing a button. You can hear that. So that will actually, engine back on, that will temporarily disable your limiter. So say you wanted to overtake a car, for example, perhaps on a, on a single carriageway, you could temporarily disable that limiter by putting your foot absolutely down. It will get you past that car, and then when you take your foot off the gas again, the limiter will resume, so it will slow you back down to whatever you had it set at. So that's pretty much everything I can tell you about the limiter. The thing to remember is it is not a brake. Let's turn you around to me. Okay, so the thing to remember is it's not a brake. So if you're going downhill, the car will not brake for you. The engine will stop, the engine will try not to accelerate over whatever you've got it set at, but it will not brake for you. So it will go over your limiter. When it does, the speed limiter will flash on your dashboard, and you also get like a beep 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 sort of noise just to tell you are going over what you've set your limit at. It's one of those things that's probably a little bit scary to some people, because it's like, it's similar to cruise control. The car is controlling what I'm doing. It's a bit scary. I can completely understand that, but it is a really useful tool, and I think everyone should use it, to be honest, because I do. On my commute to work, I drive down a single carriageway that's 40 miles an hour, and then it changes down to 30 miles an hour with 2 speed cameras, and then it goes back up to 40 miles an hour. I always set my limiter at 30 miles an hour, because I know, if I'm chatting to my wife or daydreaming, which we all do sometimes, and you just trickle over the speed limit, boom, I've got, speeding ticket on its way. If I've got the limiter on, I know it will not go over 30 miles an hour, so I will be fine, theoretically. So it's really useful in that function. The best thing I can suggest is, having seen this video, is just give it a go. Even if you just go around like an empty car park or something, just have a go with it. It's super useful. So that's it for the limiter. Like I say, I'm really sorry I can't show you it, actually working. Maybe in the future I'll be able to put something together, perhaps get my wife to film me driving or something like that. But that's it for now on the limiter. Hopefully within the next sort of week I will get one similar for the cruise control. I've also got a video review due soon on these things. I'll get you on these things, which are silicone mats that you will see on wish.com. So that review will be coming out soon. And as usual, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video, and if you're not subscribed already, please consider doing so, especially if you've got a Qashqai. I get a lot of people saying to me and commenting saying, thank you so much, you've taught me loads about my car that I didn't know. So it's really worth subscribing to the channel. And also, if you press that little bell icon just below, just next to the subscribe button, that will give you a notification when I upload each video. So especially if you're looking forward to this cruise control video, it'd be well worth pressing that bell notification button, because as soon as that cruise control video is live, you will get a notification on your device, or maybe even by email as well. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks ever so much as usual for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.